And the starter has them locked and loaded for the Ipswich incentive. Running 1,200 metres. Cup day about to get underway for 2025. Just waiting on the red light to be switched on. There it is, blinking now, racing. Jumped in a good line, although Glass of Rosé and Pivotal Lad were slowly out of the gates. Preeminence with speed. Driving through Capital Diva, Astrondo and Detrimental, they're there as well. Run with the Tide is trying to make an impact early, but he's right off the track. Now Southern Charm just pops in behind that leading division. Huxtable's able to navigate her over to be one off the fence. Then North of Eli, Rylov, Glass of Rosé, UK Squeeze, and Pivotal Lad is last. That's the first call. 700 left to run, and they run it at a good gallop. Run with the Tide and Preeminence pair off in front, presenting Detrimental with the box seat run in third. Capital Diva fourth, Astrondo fifth the outer. Two North of Eli inside of Southern Charm, who's a tad worse in midfield, about 5 off the lead. Then Glass of Rosé, Rylov, and the last pair, Pivotal Lad and UK Squeeze. Around the bend of the incentive, 300 left to run, and Preeminence wheeled around the bend, railed strongly, and leads the way from Capital Diva, looking for a run, then Run with the Tide. North of Eli running out of room. Southern Charm running on, but giving them a start. Preeminence has got a good kick, 100 to go. It's a winning break with Preeminence. Oh, he's moving right away, and Preeminence won. Great go the Miners. Southern Charm is prominent with Capital Diva and Detrimental. UK Squeeze passing a few and wide with Rylov as well. Then came at the head of the others, North of Eli, Glass of Rosé. Run with the Tide stopped quickly. And Astrondo, he finished way back at the end.
Well, Preeminence number one has been able to go all the way in the first here on Ipswich Cup Day, trained by Barry Lockwood. A couple of kilos off for Cody Collis. Looking for second, and it'll go to Southern Charm. And it's pretty close for third as well. So Preeminence, the winner of the opening event here. There was really good support, firmed up a full point, and ended up running close to favourite. Southern Charm just the favourite, but I think a lot of punters on this late predicting that it might be a bit leaderish for the first couple of races.
Yeah, we just didn't get the pressure there that we thought we would off Capital Diva, and that made it easier for the on-pace runners. Preeminence too good. Southern Charm brave in second, and that could be Glass of Rosé, is it? Running on late for third, at least in a photo for third with Capital Diva. So we're just waiting for those numbers to come through. They're not available yet, but it was very close for third, Maxi, but no doubt about the winner, Preeminence. Just too good on speed. You've seen that third number yet? There we go. 1, 4, 13. No, Rylov. So 1, 4, 13 and 11 are the numbers across the line. 1, 4, 13 and 11 across the line for race number one here at Ipswich on Ipswich Cup Day.
All in now. Set for the Bishop Handicap. Boys Night Out runs the favourite. Red light turned on. Racing. The catch on the inside, and Captain Finkel with the first two to go. Aerial Dancer began nicely. Smart fairly away. Boys Not Out pushing up towards the lead. So was Space Age. So was Kairos Louis. He-Man in stark contrast is allowed to just find his feet and drift back to be in the second half of the field. Then Quoth Quan followed by Knife's Edge, Barazin, and Adelaide goes out to last. Into the first bend. 1,200 left to run. Aerial Dancer's the leader. Space Age sliding up 3 wide. Kairos Louis was momentarily splitting the pair, and the catch is fourth on the fence, and the favourite, well, he's in a beaut spot in the middle stages. Boys Night Out travelling fifth, one off the rail. Captain Finkel midfield inside of Smart. The speed's only fair. Then He-Man and Quoth Quan keeping company with each other, and the last trio, Knife's Edge inside of Adelaide and Barazin 3 wide outside the pair. Heading into the next bend, 800 left to go, and Aerial Dancer really picks them up and puts them down well. She's getting a terrific run mid-race. Space Age 3/4 away, the catch in third. Kairos Louis in fourth, and Boys Night Out is poised and ready to go as they go to the 600. Captain Finkel looking for the way clear, then Quoth Quan followed by Smarter. He-Man tracking through along the rail, just needs some luck coming to the turn. Then Adelaide, Barazin, and Knife's Edge last, but no more than 6 off the lead. Heading around the bend, 300 left to run. Aerial Dancer will try and sprint them up the straight. Heads for home in front from on the outside, Space Age. The catch looking for a run, likewise He-Man. Captain Finkel can't get out either. Boys Not Out running on reasonably well. Aerial Dancer trying to grip on. Boys Not Out's running on strongly. The catch along the inside. Kairos Louis still there. Grandstand finish coming up. Held. Who's won this? Boys Night Out and Quoth Quam, they dived out wide with Space Age, the catch and Aerial Dancer and Kairos Loon. I've got no idea in the world who's won. That is a busy finish. He-Man not too far away. Then came Smart as Smart, followed by Adelaide. Well back in the field was Knife's Edge. Last over the line was Barazin. Captain Feckle about midfield.
All right, what sort of a finish was that? We have to have a look at that slow-mo once again. But it was all happening. Heads are bobbing. There's 5 or 6 of them across the track. And Boys Night Out has won it. The favourite has won it. You can see him coming down the outside in those contract racing colours. Wider out as Quoth Quam. They're closing in, these two on the outside. And the 9 has got up for the punters. He was solidly supported, always around $2.80. He won on that very heavy track at Rose Hill, but on the good 4 today, he's backed it up.
He was never going to win, Maxie, the favourite. If you're on him, we were gone coming to the turn. Regan Bayless hard at work and he wasn't picking up, but he gradually worked through his gears. Quoth Quam came with him late and 5 of them have hit the line together. And the 9 has beaten the 14. They are the only 2 numbers in the frame at the moment. So Boys Night Out beats Quoth Quam and we await the 3rd and 4th numbers because there's a blanket go there for the Miners. Matty Dunn, the trainer. Kiana's run off to try and find him. She's got him.
Blanket finish home right here with Matty. We're going to stay dry. There's a little bit of rain coming over and it's not much to say about this bloke other than he's just on the up.
Yeah, he certainly is. You know, he sort of did the hard way today. Things didn't really work out sort of on the point of the corner and he had to sort of set him alight and chase down a horse that probably had a soft enough time middle stage of the race, but you know he timed his run very well in the end, but no, the horse is going very well. David Moody sent him up to me from Victoria 4 or 5 starts ago, and he's still improving and he's still working out how to race properly too, so he's only going to get better. Only concern coming in today was this track might be a little bit firm for him because he was very effective on a heavy track last start, but he sort of proved today that he's equally as good on soft or firm ground, and sure where we go with him from here. Don't want to sort of overtax him this preparation, but he's a big strong horse, so we'll press on and see where we get to.
All right, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, summed up perfectly there. He's certainly a horse on the up, and that demolition job he spoke of at Rose Hill on the heavy 9. They had 2 subsequent winners come out of that, particularly a very nice horse in Warrior for Peace for Brett Kavanagh there. So your numbers across the line after the running of the second are 9, 14, 4 and 12 off the back of that blanket finish.
Winner Provincial Stayers Final. Starter goes to the ladder. The red light about to be turned on. Bestower runs the favourite, drawn centre field. Light blinking. Gates open. They're racing. The Right Way and Nature Boy from Wide Gates began the best. They were first and second on settling down. Radagast was nicely away and Gifted Game of 4th early. Around the Boy in 5th. Then Madame Lexus, followed by Justice Served. Whittlesbark midfield. To the inside was Via Delamore, the Barber of Seville, skirting wide in the early stages. Then Zay Noonan, followed by Far West. A long way back on settling down, I Ain't Chicken. Then came at the head of the others, Will to Excel. Bestower the favourite, popped onto the fence, but she's second last in a strung out field, and Papal Misses last of all. Heading down the home straight the first time. Here's the big field, marching up to the winning post, and Nature Boy in his favourite role holds pride of place. 1 length to the Right Way second as the crowd cheered. Barber of Seville's having no luck, 3 wide, no cover, exposed out there. Radagast getting a cosy run in stark contrast, 4th the rail, and Gifted Game a 5th one off the fence. Then came Around the Boy, a bit better than midfield, over on the inside of Madame Lexus, and 3 wide was Justice Served. Then Zay Noonan outside of Via Delamore, followed then by Whittlesbark, keeping company with I Ain't Chicken. Now 2 of the big guns in the market, Far West and Bestower, they're 4th last and 3rd last. Will to Excel second last, and Papal Miss, she's 3 lengths away last, 20 lengths off the lead. Turning to the back straight now, they've got just over 1,100 left to run, and Nature Boy left alone, wheels and deals in front. The Right Way with a big weight is sitting in second position. The Barber of Seville is third, getting leading him one off the fence, and Radagast. It's had a good run from the get-go, fourth the rail. Then Gifted Gamer outside of Around the Boy, Justice Served always wide. Then Madame Lexus via Delamore, followed by Zay Noonan. Near the inside, I.A. Chickham. Then Whittlesbark, still far west of Bestower. They haven't improved their positions at this point, and still the tail end pair Will to Excel and Papal Miss. Off the back to the side now, 6.50 left to run, and Nature Boy for the first time seriously challenged, and it's by the right way with Saddlecloth 1, and he strides to the lead from Nature Boy. Barbara of Seville third, Radagast fourth, then Zay Noonan. Around the Boy, followed by Gifted Gamer. Far west pulled to the outside. Bestower's coming wide as well, but 8 to 9 off the lead. The right way with a big weight. Set sail for the run of the judge in the Stayers final, leading the way. Nature Boy whacking away, then Radagast. The Barbara of Seville, far west, and now Bestower starts to scream down the outside, but has she left her run too late? 100 to go. The right way in front. Bestower is charging. The right way's in front. The right way hanging on at 1. The right way. It was the right way. Beat Bestower and far west. Around the Boy and Whittlesbark. Then came Papal Miss, I.A. Chicken via Delamore, followed by Will to Excel. Then Radagast, Nature Boy stopping at the end, followed by Zaynudum, the Barbara of Seville, Gifted Gamer. Then Justice Served and Madame Lexus last over the line.
Well, the right way, hitting the lead at the top of the straight and has been able to hold them off a deserving victory. Had plenty of weight to give away to all of the other horses there. He's been gallant. He went around in this race last year and he was sort of Gonski shortly after turning, but not the case today. And Emily Lang, our leading rider here in Brisbane, has been able to get the win in this Provincial Stayers final. Looking for the minors. Bestower has stormed home into second. She was always giving them a massive start, Paul, and niggled at. The race wasn't far enough for her. Now we're just waiting for third and fourth. Third goes to Far West and fourth to number 15, Whittlesback.
Oh, a couple of things there, Maxie. First of all, congratulations, Emily Lang. That was a really well-judged ride. She made her move before the turn. She put all her eggs in the basket under the big weight, and it proved to be a winning move. Second thing, it's amazing how some horses just keep running second, and Bestower has managed to do it again today. Eye-catching, yes. Brilliant run, yes. But another second. It's just amazing that some horses build up this resume of second placings, and she's done it again there. Bestower just gave them too much start in the short home straight, flew home. Love to see the sectionals, but there are your numbers 1, 2, 10 and 15. And for trainer Greg Wright, big training performance. The only horse to back up from last year, Kian, and he must have learned a few things because this year they got it spot on.
They certainly did get it spot on. It was funny, we were watching the race and, you know, he's bowling along doing his own thing. And I said, pretty tenacious, this horse, albeit on the 60 kilos. That was enormous.
Yeah, he's got a ton of courage. He just loves to run. I wasn't worried that he was carrying 60. I was worried that the others were carrying so much less. Emily rode him a treat. She rode him more or less exactly to plan, and just so proud of the horse, yeah.
He has been rock solid all preparation, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's been his biggest downfall, is he doesn't run too many bad races, so his rating keeps going up and he gets more and more weight. And then we came into this. His win at the Sunshine Coast never cost him because he was always going to carry 60, but it meant so many others were on the minimum, and with it being true weights down at, you know, giving 8 kgs to a lot of the field. But yeah, very brave effort and so proud.
Was this another target race 12 months ago?
Yeah, we were in it last year and he was favourite and he led, and he's a year older, a year stronger. He's had more starts over 2200. It was only his second time past 2000 last year, so just a big raw-boned horse that's taking time to mature. I'm hoping he might be a length or two better even next season. So yeah,
doing a fantastic job. Well done.
Yeah, well, if you have a nice horse, it makes training easy. Yeah.
Come on, give yourself a little bit of credit. Well done. This horse is airborne the right way on 60 kilograms, and as Joycey said, extremely well rated by Emily Lang, which is what she does best. 1 beats 2, 10 and 15.
Picks up the button. Just waiting on the red light to be turned on. 1,100 metres ahead of them. There's the light. Racing. They jumped at a perfect line, although End Assembly eases out to last. Maximum Output first to go. Holy Racket showing his customary speed. Slippin' Jimmy third away. And fourth on settling down was Superb. Now Taltani Fields. The jock's out 3 and 4 wide. In 2 minds whether to go forward or go back. He's going to go back. Then came Enterprise Lucia, followed by Brereton back to second last. And Sicilian, normally a leader. It's Stone Motherless last. So a strange map. 600 left to run. And Maximum Output does it comfortably. Leads Holy Racket by next. Superb third the inside. Slippin' Jimmy in a great position. He's fourth, 1 out and 1 back. Taltani Fields has been a victim of the gate. 3 wide and being niggled at by Sutherland. End Assembly trying to make ground in the rail. Sicilian following it. Then Enterprise Lucia and Brereton was last. In the straight, Maximum Output led the way. Holy Racket trying hard on the outside. Superb is charging home. End Assembly gets out. Starts to thunder down the outside. Superb went to Maximum Output. End Assembly flying, but too late. Superb in End Assembly. Maximum Output and Brereton possibly fourth from Slippin' Jimmy Sicilian. Then Holy Racket. Taltani Fields dropped out after a wide run, and Enterprise Lucia arrived in last position.
So there are the numbers. Superb, End Assembly, Maximum Outputs. Superb with that beautiful trail right behind the lead is trained by Adam Campton. Has been able to get up. She's a talent. It's been a little while since she's won, but she certainly put the writing on the wall in recent starts and has got up here. Things went wrong for the 2 favourites, Paul, Taltani Fields and also Brereton. So it was pretty much tickets confetti straight away for them.
Yeah, it was a bit of a welcome to first grade for Corey Sutherland, wasn't it? You've got to make a decision in these short races, and he just didn't. He was caught 3 and 4 wide, decided to go back, and by then it was all too late. Brereton, on the other hand, was too far back and had to make that late ground down the centre. Hit the line really well, Brereton, but lovely run from barrier 1, Bailey Wheeler. You had that horse as a roughie, Maxie, so hopefully a few punters listened because went off at an SP of $17. Those numbers 10, 8, 6 and 4. Great return by End Assembly off an injury-enforced break. And Maximum Output had the benefit of being up on speed. Kian Dickens has run off to find Adam Campton. I assume she's with him now.
Yeah, I've got Adam Campton now. We were just saying she's not to be underestimated. She's a very tough mare and she just looked coiled in behind like she was just going to pounce.
Yeah, 1200 last start at the coast. Just doesn't run out a strong 12. I know a form early days suggested that she did, but we had this plan to come here the whole time. We sort of were going to target the Gay Waterhouse and I've just opted to drop her back in trip and coming around the turn, I was quietly confident. I knew I had to chase down a couple of handy horses and seeing End Assembly coming us late, but she deserves it. She's one of my favourite horses. Shows up every day. She's tough and she's a bit of hard work too, so the team at home deserve a pat on the back.
Beautiful size mare too.
She's a beautiful horse. The boys at Donald's purchased her online, I think for $35,000, and she's come up here now and won 6 races. She's done a super job and she's well bred. That's now a Saturday Metro win next to her name, so it's good and good to see young Bailey get one on a big day because he can ride this young fella.
He certainly can. Well done, Campo.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, Bailey Wheeler, he certainly is a good rider and tactically, and he's got a very smart mind in races as well. He's not afraid to put horses where perhaps they didn't map to be initially, and Matt Griffith really voiced that when he took out the win on Compelling Truth there at Eagle Farm. He really took the race by the scruff of the neck, and he's had this mare coiled in very nicely. So Bailey will have a quick chat with yourself, and she's given a nice kick. You had a nice, beautiful slipstream run.
Yeah, we did. I rode a couple of starts to go to Eagle Farm, and I got back and had to circle the field, and she ran enormous that day. I was quite confident once she set well from a good draw today. She's going to be very hard to hold out.
Things are going well for you.
They are. They're ticking along nicely. You just got to keep working hard, and things will show up. So things are going quite well.
Good on you, mate.
Thank you.
On with the 5 Redford, 5, 9, 1 and 12. They're loading up well here for the 5th. Kian's tipping Deep Respect, number 9 from the yard.
Break. Racing. Oh, the grey Cool came out badly, was a clear last. Castilian and Redford began beautifully. Ocean Alps just flying and Twyford all want a piece of the action early, and we had nearly 5 in line. Restonica, after only a fair start, now rips forward towards the lead. Cool making ground in the rail. Then Premise, National Choice, Deep Respect, allowed to find its feet in third last. Poseidon Ruler second last, and Betcha the Crowd settles in last position. 900 left to run. Castilian in the lead role today, with Restonica moving up to be second, and Just Flying getting a gun run first up third. Fourth, the outside Ocean Alps with Redford, caught 3 wide, no cover. Twyford the centre cooled the rail. National Choice hopping into the 3 wide line. Then came Premise, Deep Respect near the rail, wedged away needing some luck, and Poseidon Ruler and Betcha the Crown the last pair, 6 off the lead. Travelling to the turn now, just over 400 left to run. Castilian in the lead narrowly from on the outside. Restonica coming up wider. Ocean Alps Just Flying next. Redford's had a wide trip and he's being pushed along. Then Cooled and Twyford fully homeward bound, and Castilian in full flight. He's a clear leader. Restonica trying hard, then Ocean Alps. Nothing making too much ground from the back. Castilian, he's going great guns and he's going to lead all of the way. Castilian first. Second over the line was Restonica. Photo third, Bob of the Heads. Deep Respect or Betcha the Crowd. Just Flying. Redford always wide, but didn't do much. Then Premise, followed by National Choice. Twyford, Ocean Alps, Poseidon Ruler, and Cool whipped them in.
Well, they settled 1-2 in the run, and that's the way they're finished. So since the addition of those blinkers, this horse, Castilian, has not looked back. Ange Jones gets a winner for the boss, Tony Gollan, $5.90 and $2. Restonica, good again, getting that second spot. Now, let's look for third. Now, Deep Respect and Betcha the Crown on the outside. They're in that photo, Paul, for third and fourth.
Yeah, I'd say Betcha the Crown will just get that over Deep Respect. The back markers never got warm. Ange Jones, she pinched it up on speed with Castilian. She had some very soft sections. She had a good hold on the leader. Restonica sat second, couldn't match the kick into the straight, but held down second, and that just took the back markers right out of play. A lack of pressure around Ipswich. We've seen a couple of races now where they just haven't been competing for the front, and those that get there are just dominating. So that's the pattern early today, but I've got to say they've been good rides rather than anything to do with the track, or maybe bad rides by the rival jockeys. We're not sure, but the leader's certainly having a big day out here at the moment, Kian. And Tony Gollan, trainer of Castilian. Tony's not here. He's over in the UK, so you've got his trusty sidekick.
UK, he certainly is, and we've got Craig Kavanagh, and he's looking awfully good in that tab hat, I must say. Cav, this horse staying at the 1400, 1350 trips, really working.
Yeah, plus a little gear change, blinkers included. He's put 2 together now. It was a bloody good ride by Ange. I said you got to be positive from the gate. She was positive. Got him over, slowed him down, and then made it a sprint home from about 450. And he was very, very strong through the line. It's good to see him put 2 together.
When do you think it's going to drop the penny? You know, if you see Ange Jones in front, you know they're going too steady.
Yeah, well, I like sort of, she's a good judge of speed, Ange. She's got a good set of hands, and she's got a brain on her shoulders. She does everything right. Like, sort of very rarely you see her make a mistake when you give her instructions. And it was a very, very good ride.
She's a beauty. Well done, Cav.
Thank you.
Yeah, the form's holding up nicely out of Castilian as well. He was a winner ahead of a punter last start, and he's actually Group 3 place now off the back of his run in the Gunsynd Classic last start there at Eagle Farm. But this is just tremendously well handled by Ange. We see it all the time. Rinse and repeat. You out in front. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, obviously, probably the gate was the only doubt for us today. And when he jumped so well, I wasn't afraid to lead. I actually led in his last trial before his last win, so I thought if the option came about, I definitely wouldn't say no to it, and he got there beautifully, and once he did, I thought it was all over.
And the headgear, he's just giving those nice little kicks again.
Yeah, I think last prep he was having a little bit of a think about it sometimes. He gave me that feeling, but with the blinkers were definitely the right gear change for him, and he should get a couple more wins out of it.
Beautiful work.
Thank you.
Once again, beautiful work. Ange Jones, she is a marvel up here. 11 beats, 13, 1 and 9 after the running of the 5th. Quaddie's up next.
And now going to the ladder, ready to release them. Number 1, Stay Focused, 350 is the TAB fixed favourite. All set, there's the light. Ready to break, they're racing now. And Stay Focused began brilliantly out wide. The favourite was fast out. So too Mr. Bianco showing speed. Tune third away. Miragical will land in fourth position. Then Pirata's Gem, Hella Fast, Lutetia and Super Alloy. Followed by El Defito. Then Ramp It Up, I'm Heroic, Bollinger Miss. Dream Smart and the 300 is down at the tail. This galloper's strong, 900 left to run. Stay Focused. He's bowling strongly in the lead from Tune in second. And Mr. Bianco popped in to be third in the box seat following Stay Focused. That trio spread away by 4 to Pirata's Gem, 1 Miragical, 1 Hella Fast, then Lutetia, 2 lengths to Super Alloy outside of El Defito, 2 to Ramp It Up covering Bollinger Miss, then I'm Heroic the 300 and Dream Smart in a strong outfield as last. Stay Focused is making every post a winning post. You can certainly say that running to the turn. 400 left to run, leads from Tune under pressure. Mr. Bianco's had a great run behind Stay Focused. Peels to the outside, presents at precisely the right time. They get away from Pirata's Gem and El Defito. Stay Focused and Mr. Bianco. They paired off. They're going head and head, stride for stride in the Cooney. Stay Focused trying to lift. Mr. Bianco now pokes the head in front. He starts to draw clear late and Mr. Bianco a little too good for Stay Focused. Bollinger Miss snuck up along the rail, got third, El Defito in fourth. Then Hella Fast, Pirata's Gem, followed by the 300. Then came Super Alloy. Well back was Ramp It Up, I'm Heroic. And then Dream Smart, Lutetia. And Tune succumbed to the early pressure, dropping right out with Miragical tailed off in last position.
4, 1, 16 and 5. And then 12. So number 4, Mr. Bianco, put in a lovely trading position. The tempo was hot, set by the Southerner Stay Focused, who really hooned along in the early part, and then Malian had this guy, Mr. Bianco, parked right behind, ready to pounce. They had a good battle until about the last 150 when we see these famous colours, Paul, move away and score by around about a half a length, and we might see this horse go to the Winx Guineas in a few weeks' time, 2 weeks' time at the sunny coast, and wouldn't that be appropriate if this horse could go one step further and take out that race?
Oh, it'd be very tempting for the ownership group, that's for sure, Maxie. And it's funny what confidence can do to a horse. This horse 3 starts back was rolled here in a midweek Class 2 behind Captain Fenkel, but since then he took out the race at the Gold Coast, went to town, won again. He's come here today full of confidence and he's run down the Southerner Stay Focused, which tried to make every poster winner up on speed. Those numbers 4, 1, 16 and 5. And Kian has tracked down Paul Shaler, who's looking very dapper today in his suit, Kian.
He's looking dapper in that tab hat. He just said, I can't get it on. You know, the head's getting really big. We've got Izzy Star, and now we've got a genuine Winx Guineas contender in Mr. Bianco. First of all, well done, Paul. You're having a great run. And this horse, he just puts himself in striking range.
Yeah, he does, Kian. But it's a credit to the horse. The pennies finally started to drop and he's racing with a lot of confidence. Sort of 3 months ago, he wouldn't have won that race. He would have found a way to get himself beat. So it's good that he's got a bit of killer instinct about him. And, he was really good off what was a really strong tempo today. So I know the track's playing quite leaderous, but they look like the 2 best horses in the race, him and the second horse. And it was good to see him really strong late and get the win.
Hey, send him back to the trials, just a nice little tick over trial. Is he that sort of horse at home? Does he get away on you quickly, or he just needs that?
Yeah, he's a really good doing horse. He eats a lot of food and...
Don't we all?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just a good opportunity to get on the grass as well. We don't always get the opportunity to get grass gallops, and I do love working horses on the grass, so it was a good opportunity to put him on there and just keep his confidence up and just have a really easy time. So I feel for Michael Rod, was on him this morning. Obviously, Michael, shout out to you, mate, but he'll be out of play for a little bit now, but Andrew's a great replacement. He's familiar with the horse and done a wonderful job.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, Paul Shaler, he's doing good things down there at the Gold Coast. And Andrew Mallon, obviously you picked this ride up from Roddy, and he's a lovely horse on the up.
Yeah, first and foremost, thoughts are with Roddy. Terrible way to pick up a ride, but he doesn't need the money, I do. So, all the best, Roddy, with your recovery. But no, look, it was a pretty straightforward plan. Drew well, he landed in a nice spot and had the right horse to track into the race. peeled, let go nicely, and then half had a bit of a look and waited for his mate inside him. But he's a nice horse. It's a work in progress. It'll be interesting to see where he can get to once the penny drops.
All right, well done.
Good on you. Thanks, Jan.
All right, Andrew Melian there. Pick-up ride from Michael Rod, who has been on this horse pretty much all preparation, but Andrew Melian was familiar with him. He has had a sit on him, and they take out the TL Cooney here. 4 beats 1, 16 and 5.
And they're ready to jump in the TAB Ipswich Cup. Red light about to be turned on. They're set. Racing in the Cup. They jumped at a good line. Acroteri might have been a shade slow. Last year's winner, Red Wave, he bounced with authority. Flashar began well. So did Diablo Bolt. Miss Jolene's going forward. Osmo's just behind them and Warp Speed sailing down the outside. The Kiwi Dark Destroyer a bit better than midfield on the rail. Then Raff Attack followed by Phillipsburg, Brookhaven, Felix the Scat and Poetic Drama drops out to be last. They go into the first bend with 1,600 left to run. Acroteri spun a bit wide around that bend but leads. Warp Speed in second and Miss Jolene has been able to slot in third on the fence in the box seat. Red Wave fourth, Osmos, 3 wide exposed, no cover. Diablo Bolt's getting a good run midfield. He's one off the rail outside of Dark Destroyer. Then came Raff Attack, 3 wide around Flashar and inside the pair Phillipsburg. Then came Felix the Scat, Brookhaven and Poetic Drama whips them in 8 to 10 off the lead. Heading to the back straight of the Cup, 1,100 left to run, and the lightly weighted Acroteri makes play by 1 length to Osmos in second. Warp Speed in third, 2 away Red Wave and Miss Jolene now back to fifth on the fence. 2 lengths away then came Phillipsburg. Dark Destroyer skirting the rail. Raff Attack always wide, having a tough trip. Then Flashar, Felix the Scat, Diablo Bolt. Further back in the field was Brookhaven and Poetic Drama as last of all. Into the next bend, 700 left to run. Acroteri leads. Osmo's always in second. Warp Speed third. Red Wave in fourth. Then came Raff Attack trying to go forward despite a wide run. Miss Jolene coming away from the rail. Then Felix the Scat, Diablo Bolt is now being pushed hard as Flashar tries to circle. So too Poetic Drama. Then came Brookhaven. Dark Destroyer second last and Phillipsburg was out at the tail. Onto the bend in the Cup, 300 left to run. Acroteri in front. Felix the Scat has made a wide sweeping run and soon afterwards surged to the lead. Warp Speed tries valiantly. Then Raff Attack and Flashar down the outside. Miss Jolene boxing away. Felix the Scat's got a narrow lead with 100 metres to go. Raff Attack trying hard. Flashar is charging. Flashar on the outside. Got up and won the Cup. Beat owned Felix the Scat and Raff Attack. Miss Jolene was next. Then Warp Speed, followed by Acroteri, Poetic Drama, Brookhaven, Dark Destroyer, Phillipsburg, Red Wave, Osmos, and the favourite has finished a conspicuous last, Diablo Bolt.
So Flashar, number 11. I remember running in the Cup many years ago and running a good race, but here he is, running them down on the outside as a rising 10-year-old by Lucas Cranash. That's his 8th victory at Start 47. He's had many, many different trainers. And today, Troy Pascoe and Ronnie Stewart are combined with Flash R having the last crack at them. Felix the Scat looked a big chance of winning, but he's been overhauled late. Third going to Raff Attack, and then number 9, Poetic Drama. Miss Jolene was given a lovely ride by CJ Graham, but she just couldn't quite go on with it over the final part. The favourite Diablo Bolt had a lovely trip, but he was the first horse beaten. Obviously something amiss with that. But those followers of the pick of the yard, Paul, will be pretty happy with themselves.
Yes, well done, Kian, finding a $41 winner out of the yard, number 11, Flash R. Through the form guide, not out the window, because the Diablo Bolt form, she was explaining to me when she came back, if you're tying in the Diablo Bolt form, you could certainly make a case for Flash R. Obviously got the tick out of the yard, went with it and gets the result. Great ride, Ronnie Stewart. Great result for the Pascoe stable. A small team to win an Ipswich Cup will be massive for them. 11, 10, 12 and 9. Speaking of the Pascoe yard, Kian, if you've calmed down from the excitement, we're ready for an interview that's going to mean a lot to this stable.
Oh, they are so excited. I've actually lost my man. He's gone walkabout. There's a lot of celebrating going on. And, you know, I was talking to Troy last start when we we're at the Sunshine Coast. We thought he could win, and it was all about him getting the extra ground today, Troy.
Yeah, he's been terribly unlucky this prep. Like every start he's had, they've just walked and made it impossible for him to run home. And I never lost faith in him. I kept saying this is the race I wanted to get him in, and I actually thought he could win it. Like I was blown away at the price. Like I couldn't believe it.
For a rising 10-year-old, like he looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, my staff have done an amazing job. Like as a 10-year-old, you know, he ran third in this race 4 years ago, and to come back and win it as a 9 rising 10, like they should take a bow.
And Troy, you need to take a bow because it'd been over 1,000 days since his last win.
Oh, I wasn't counting them. I knew every day he was closer to his next win. So
certainly, no, I'm on board. Well done. I think you've just done an amazing job with this guy.
Thank you.
Oh, how good. Troy Pascoe takes out the TAB Ipswich Cup with Flasher at any old price. Start number 47 for the rising 10-year-old. 11 beats 10, 12 and 9.
Replacing Bailey Wheeler. There's the light. All set. Don't Stop as edgy. Racing. In the end, it was a good line out, a great line out, in fact, and there are plenty going for the lead, and Warney is one of them. He's right up there early. Rock Ribbed is showing speed, so is Swiss Exile. Lost in Transit, Kipling's Journey not too far away with Fortunate Kiss and Shah of Goma. Zadaki settling a bit better than midfield, then Devastate, followed by Boom Talk, Autumn, then Harbour Master, Bankmore and Don't Stop as last. That's the first call as they head towards the 800-metre back bend, and Rock Ribbed, where he loves to be in front. 3/4 to Lost in Transit, Swiss Exile third, and Warney the favourite in the best possible position. Fourth, the box seat, Zadaki 3 wide, no cover. Then Shah of Goma outside of Fortunate Kiss. Devastate strung up in traffic. Kipling's Journey out there in the cheap seat, so is Bankmore. Boom Talk between runners, and then came Orton, followed by Harbour Master still towards the tail, and Don't Stop was Stowe Motherless last. Rock Rib with a big balding face came to the turn of the eyeliner, leading from Lost in Transit being shaken up. Warney just needs a run. There's none there yet. Swiss Exile trying to pounce. Then Shah of Goma and Fortunate Kiss. Warney's behind them in traffic. He still can't get out. Shah of Goma swept to the lead. Orton running on strongly. Then Swiss Exile. Fortunate Kiss was trying to get a run. Shah of Goma in front. Orton will lay down the law late. Orton got up and won the eyeliner. Beat home Shah of Goma. Fortunate Kiss unlucky. Don't Stop from last. And Warney was next. Then came at the head of the others Harbour Master, followed by Rock Rib, Kipling's Journey, Swiss Exile, Lost in Transit, Boom Talk, Devastated a long way back with Bankmore and Zadaki pulling up in last.
Well, he loves Ipswich. Orton, he won 12 months ago on this day, and he's been able to take the eyeliner from Shah of Goma, and Fortunate Kiss gets third there. Warney, not much room in the home straight, and the 11 Don't Stop hitting the line on the outside. Here's the concluding stages, and Robbie Dolan getting every ounce of energy out of Orton, and he really appreciated getting back up on top of the ground today. So we have a look at the concluding stages. Once again, Shah of Goma had hit the lead. He looked the winner until Orton really knuckled down late to gun him down in the last few strides.
Well summed up, Maxie. It was a coming through the right form race, wasn't it? The Morton Cup behind Front Page. He met Warney slightly better at the weights, but the difference today was, of course, poor old Warney was all coiled up there on the turn after box seating. Looked to have plenty to offer, but just couldn't get out of the pocket. Clear air for Shah of Goma, clear air for Orton, and they have sailed past poor old Warney. Still looking for an out as they went through the line, but all honours with the winner, Orton, as you said. Deserved that win today, getting back on top of the ground. Winning trainer, Kian, is gone in search. Oh, you've found the winning trainer already. This will be a good interview.
Yeah, we're here ready to go. And speaking of that Front Page run, he was the best through the line. You must have been so confident coming to the 1350 here today.
Yeah, he won here last year with 1350. He's had 4. This is his 5th go at it. It's had 1-4 now. So we're we thought stepping up is going to go real good.
It's been such a revelation since coming back from overseas. I think he was sent out at Warwick at decent odds too and got the job done, and look what he's done now.
Yeah, he always had ability, and we just thought taking him to Warwick, just giving him that confidence booster, and then he come out Derby Day and run second, just got beaten at 1200, then come back here and won, and then we said we'll put him away and see what he can do over the winter.
He had that real swagger about him today, that good walk.
Yeah, he gets a little bit cocky.
That's what we like.
He does. He knows when he's won. He knows when he's run a good race. He was a little bit soft because he'd gone a month between runs last time and just knocked up. I knew today he's going in a lot fitter.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Hermanita stands up well. There's some movement out wide. There's the light. Racing Brisbane. Kazoo began awkwardly and Lady Shotgun was slowly away. Bubba's Bay, Navy on the highway. Terramata and Hermanita, they all want the lead. It was 4 in line early. Kin fifth away, taking a good spot with the blinkers. Then came Remlapse Angel, Kazoo the rail. Gerringong 3 and 4 wide early. Then Heroic Miss, followed by Sunset Dreaming, Lady Shotgun and Count Your Blessings whips them in. Navy Highway with a wing on every hoof. Went into the 700 metre bend leading by 2. Bubba's Bay second. Hermanita third, the box seat. A length and a half to Terramata in fourth and Kin. 3 back on the inside in fifth position. Gerringong forced to race deep. Then Remlapse Angel, Kazoo. Count Your Blessings, Heroic Miss. Sunset Dreaming and Lady Shotgun. Last 6 off the lead. Onto the turn of the Gay Waterhouse Classic and Navy on the highway. Going for the lick of her life. Straight with a clear lead. Hermanita in second. Then Bubba's Bay. Kin to the outside. Where's Gerringong? Still 5 off them. And Count Your Blessings thundering down the centre of the track. Navy on the highway led the way. Kazoo's bursting through. Kin's coming strongly with Bubba's Bay. Kin raced up, hit the lead over the last 50 metres, and Kin won the Waterhouse. Beat home Count Your Blessings. Photo third, Kazoo or Gerringong. Then came Sunset Dreaming and Eye Catcher, followed by at the head of the others, Lady Shotgun. Then came Navy on the highway. Well back was Hermanita, Heroic Miss, Remlapse Angel, and Terramata pulling up quickly at the tail end.
So Kin for Godolphin, James Cummings and Ange Jones takes out the Gay Waterhouse at $6.20 and $2. Count Your Blessings, another Sydney sider getting second. Robbie Dolden $4.90. And we're waiting on third and fourth. Well, Navy on the highway went very, very quickly. Kin was always travelling strongly. She just needed to be produced at the right time. Oh, those blinkers. She looked a different horse today, really wanting that winning post. We can see Count Your Blessings on the outside. Now Kazoo is back on the inside there. And then Gerringong, number 16 in that photo for third and fourth, Paul. But Ange just made all the right moves on Kin.
She did. I can tell you that Gerringong did get third. So it's 4, 12, 16 and 3 across the line. But back to Kin briefly. Just a lovely ride by Ange Jones. The blinkers were on, the speed was hot, she used the good draw, she got out when she needed to, and Kin did the rest. Count Your Blessings and Eye Catcher. And Gerringong's run was huge. Back 3 and 4 wide, working no cover. It's been impossible to win from that position today, and she's done well to run third. So Gerringong fans, you mightn't have got the job done today, but there are plenty of wins in store. 4, 12, 16 and 3. In the lucky last, James Cummings, of course, the trainer. He's not here at Ipswich today, Kian, but you've got a very trusty stable rep and a very happy stable rep.
Oh, certainly the stable are up and about, and obviously getting back on top of the ground was a massive plus for this mare. She was very good last start behind Zazu. She followed Midnight in Tokyo everywhere. I thought she lacked that knockout punch. I love the blinkers going on today.
Yeah, she was really good today. She had the perfect ride. She had the perfect run. We were thinking that she will be sharper today with the blinkers on. She just needed a little boost, and then he just worked out really well for her today.
And Ange Jones, I noticed, I think she's been doing a little bit of track work for you guys. Is that right? You've rewarded her with the ride?
Yeah, exactly. She's been helping us out a lot since we got up here, and then she deserved that win. She done a little bit of a gallops for us, but then some trips at the beach too. So I'm really happy for her to get a win today.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, she's a beauty, Ange Jones. There's another 10 out of 10 ride. Joycey, I don't need to tell you that. Don't need to tell the nation that. They all know it. They all know how good tactically she is. Her seat on a horse, everything. Her horsewomanship, I'm not sure. I've mucked that word up. I'll let you catch up with her.
All right, Ange, quick bat and change. Take us through that. The blinkers on first time, and great to ride a winner for James Cummings.
It is, yeah. No, I'm very grateful to even have rides in these colours, let alone good chances in listed races. So over the moon, I could get the job done, and the blinkers really sharpened her up today, and we had a beautiful run from a good gate, and I felt my job was sort of done once she was travelling so well mid stages, and once I peeled her out, she had a beautiful turn of foot, and she put them away quite impressively.
Great to ride a winner in these colours during the carnival. Now, we're only a week away from the Group 1 Tats Tiara. Floozy, are you going to bed every night thinking you're going to get that Group 1?
Yeah. Sometimes it slips my mind, and then I think about it and I think it's, carnival's still here, and hopefully we can knock off that Group 1 this year would be great.
You came so close with Zerastro. We're all behind you next week.
Thank you.